Oh no, darling. We just opened a whole new level of poison, and this time there are accusations of a kid in peril. You thought the DNA story was crazy, that Erica's accusation of Mendices drugging her was the last boss of love and hip-hop pandemonium, are arriving quickly and in a messy manner, and rumors have it that during a private clinic appointment, Erica Mena and Yandy Smith grew so angry that medical staff had to step in. We're talking yelling, pushing, weeping, and yes, one nurse even fainted after one source whispered. Doctors were alarmed when they saw Erica collapse in the hallway, clutching her stomach. This wasn't just drama. The baby was in danger. So, what caused Yi to lose it? And how did a standard DNA update work? Morph into a full-blown ER meltdown? Was it vengeance, guilt, or something far more sinister? Because when a reality TV feud escalates into a serious medical situation, someone must be held responsible. But if you believe this was merely a misunderstanding, you obviously haven't been following the bizarre story of Erica, Yandy, and Mendices. Grab your popcorn. This isn't just a controversy, it's a battle. But how did we get here? How did we get from Instagram shade and love triangles to hospital halls filled with screaming and the death of a child? On the line, let's go back in time because, contrary to popular belief, this story began months ago with Erica collapsing at the clinic. Each bitter moment culminated in what insiders now refer to as the day Erica Mena revealed on national television that Mendices Harris was not only the biological father of her pregnant child, but also that he had purposefully tampered with the test, was the beginning of the most explosive love and hip-hop fallout of all time. The legal grenade was thrown directly in Yandy's face, and instead of denying it calmly, she did what she always does when cornered. She shot back, and from the outside, their dispute appeared to be simply another TV show. Dispute, but behind the scenes it turned into something far more sinister, involving leaked video from private detectives and a dubious clinic visit that ended in a near miscarriage. Yes, you read correctly. Let's start with the clinic visit. Last week, an anonymous nurse at a posh women's health clinic in Atlanta came out with a very clear message. I didn't sign up to work through reality TV fights in a medical office because what I witnessed that day was unsafe. Erica and Yandy were supposed to visit the same clinic separately, according to this insider. Erica had gone in for a follow-up ultrasound after having what she described as intense tension pains, which were completely normal until Yandy discovered that evidently someone released a hazy account from Erica's camp that showed her entering the clinic and Yandy arriving in a black SUV with sunglasses and a sweatshirt in 20 minutes to purportedly face the lies head-on. Now, let's take a moment to consider that this is a woman who was only 2 weeks ago. She was harassed on social media, lost 2 brand sponsorships, and even had her comments blocked after being accused of aiding Mendices' phony DNA papers. She was furious, and rumor has it that she wasn't going to allow Erica to take over the story, so she rushed in as if it were a scene from a Tyler Perry film. The nurse claimed that security initially believed it was a stalker issue. As mayhem broke out inside the clinic, several witnesses claimed Yandy confronted Erica in the waiting area and yelled that she was a home wrecker, a liar, and a clout chaser. Erica, who was already upset and in pain, attempted to leave, but Yandy followed her. At this point, the situation changed from chaotic to medically dangerous. A front desk employee informed our team that Erica yelled, "Don't touch me." Everyone panicked as she suddenly bent over, clutching her stomach. Doctors hurried out, and one even pushed the emergency cord behind the counter. Erica was brought into a private exam room and assisted onto a gurney, while her heart rate reportedly spiked. A pregnant mother was clearly distressed just a few feet away, and Yandy was still ranting about Instagram comments while arguing with the clinic coordinator about how Erica was ruining her family. Here's where it gets worse. A third this time, an unnamed source inside Erica's camp says that Yandy was unable to stay at home and keep her drama offline for 5 minutes, which caused Erica's baby to experience brief fetal discomfort and high pressure. They nearly called for an emergency. This was a genuine medical issue, not simply a reality TV catastrophe, and it caused immediate outrage. Within hours of the incident, someone who was reportedly inside the clinic uploaded a shaky, unclear audio recording in which you could hear a woman shrieking and Erica crying. Now that your own family is under jeopardy, you want to play with other people's. The song Protect Erica became viral throughout the day after fans identified the voice as Yandy, You're Mistaken. Even ardent Yandy devotees were You Can Hate Erica All You Want, but Yandy just lost all my respect by running up on a pregnant woman in a clinic. One bewildered and sad tweet said, but hold on, things get much more complicated because doctors are now allegedly, according to Georgia state regulations, any non-patient who obstructs medical treatment may file an incident report with the clinic board, alleging that Yandy's actions broke patient safety protocols and caused psychological harm. Face legal action, particularly if the circumstance causes a pregnant woman to suffer physical or psychological harm. And guess what? Eric's attorney, who brought the complaint against Mendes's for DNA tampering, has already asked for a copy of the clinic's internal report that indicates a lawsuit is imminent. But let's not overlook the true cause of Keogh's collapse. Is Mendes, Erica's baby's father, the unanswered question at the heart of this whole crisis? One person close to the family claims that a second authentic DNA test has been conducted, and this time the results are not favorable for Yandy. She has been in a panic ever since seeing the results, which is why she is acting out. She fears that the truth will be revealed, and if it is true, this isn't simply a scandal. If Erica wasn't lying and Mendes indeed fathered her child during that enigmatic 3-week vacation he and Yandy supposedly took last summer, then this is the beginning of the end for Yandy's marriage and her reputation as a. Because grown adults couldn't keep their hands off of each other, the family-first businesswoman lost her credibility, her sponsorships, her empire, and worst of all, the safety of a kid. However, before we even discuss the legal ramifications, the DNA truth or the alleged, let's continue right where we left off, with Erica lying on that frigid clinic bed. The camera footage from inside the clinic has a twist that nobody anticipated coming because of what she allegedly told the physicians while she was lying there. Her hands were shaking, her voice was shaky, and she had a bed IV drip in one arm, a fetal monitor on her abdomen, and tears running down her cheeks. However, what she murmured to the on-call OB-GYN completely changed the situation. It wasn't just stress, she remarked. Erica reportedly told hospital staff that Yandy had approached her before to the confrontation, before the shouting, before the fetal discomfort, and that Yandy had threatened me in the parking lot before we even entered the building. Caught her in the private parking garage of the clinic, and she said, according to a staff member close to the doctor, Erica described this verbatim. If you continue to spread false information about my family, don't be shocked if your child never sees its medical personnel promptly recorded it. And this is where it gets serious. If it's true, it wasn't just small-scale drama or TV feud. Rather, it was a threat that was tinged with psychological warfare, mental anguish, and potential legal repercussions. Darker because the clinic has supposedly started an internal surveillance inquiry. The reason for this is that the clinic has cameras in the subterranean parking area, and guess what? According to one source, the tape does show a black SUV turning up shortly after Erica, a woman carrying a big purse, is seen approaching Erica's car in the video, which is grainy and doesn't show faces well. But the silhouette, timing, and attire match everything Yandy was wearing in fan-taken pictures from that day and today. Lawyers are everywhere. According to reports, Erica's legal team has formally requested film under a medical safety clause, while Yandy's side has gone completely silent. There have been no tweets, statements, or clapbacks. If you know anything about Yandy, you know that silence. Instagram posts that say, "I'm unbothered," speak louder than 1,000 words. But let's take a moment to note that, as the internet went crazy over the clinic story, another bomb went off covertly behind the scenes, and the person responsible is Mendes. Sources close to the Harris household claimed that Mendes abruptly packed his bags and left their shared house shortly after Erica's clinic collapsed. telling Yandy he needed time to think about his concerns since that same evening. An anonymous page on TikTok revealed what they referred to as the second DNA test findings. The post stated that the paternity test that Erica displayed on camera had been tampered with, but not by her. The lab technician who approved it has since resigned, and the new test is 99. Weren't they real? Who knows? Were they viral? Erica and used DNA fraud erupted in shock, betrayal, and incredulity. That Yandy ran up on her while her spouse was lying the entire time is insane. But there's more. A source extremely close to Erica's team has revealed that Menz is actually the father. I owe Erica an apology and a GoFundMe. This man has reportedly told Erica in private that he always knew the baby was his, but he didn't want it to be real because he felt Yandy would leave him, and he still allowed Yandy to have the child. According to her cousin's roommate's hairstylist, weren't that untidy? Assault her. Ladies and gentlemen, we are seeing a stunning example of gaslighting. But now things take a tragic turn as Erica's OB/GYN advises her to stay in bed for the duration of her pregnancy, not due to a pre-existing ailment, but because of what they're referring to as avoidable emotional trauma brought on by a high-profile argument. Yandy's actions may have seriously endangered an unborn child, according to many women's advocacy groups. Reproductive rights organizations have already condemned the actions. One nonprofit organization in Atlanta said in a statement that regardless of celebrity status, pregnant women should not have to fear violence or intimidation in medical spaces. Since a former crew member says that the cameras were rolling during the buildup, insiders inside VH1 have intimated that Love and hip-hop producers are in panic mode, indicating that accountability is needed and may arrive sooner than anyone anticipated. To the clinic showdown, which included candid interviews with Yandy and Erica that were recorded a few days prior. Based on our source's green screen interview, it appears that Yandy was aware of Erica's appointment in advance. "I'm done playing nice," Yandy remarked. "If she wants to show up to my clinic, we can see each other." Excuse me, but it seems like the medical institution is currently purportedly being reviewed by producers. The video to see whether it will ever air because of the subsequent real-life medical emergency and the strong rumors that VH1 is thinking about terminating some cast members to prevent a legal circus. Translation: rumors are circulating that Mendes has disappeared. He hasn't blogged, he hasn't been home, and he hasn't even replied to producers' texts. This could put Yandy's paycheck in peril, but it's not the only thing that's going apart. According to an insider, he has been sleeping at a friend's heirloom close to Dakar in an attempt to clear his head, which is hilarious given that he may have caused 2 women to go insane in a single month. However, the legal machine isn't keeping silent because Erica's. The team has now submitted 2 distinct reports, one to the Atlanta Police Department and one to the clinic board, alleging verbal harassment, endangerment, and intimidation. The worst part is that the clinic's camera footage is being expedited through legal review, as Yandy would not be allowed to be within 500 feet of Erica or her child at any time, whether in public or private, including while filming events, if a restraining order against Yandy is approved, as reported by Erica's attorney. In reality TV parlance, that includes reunions. Let's face it, that's essentially a notice of termination. In the meantime, Erica is still in shock and recuperating, but her team claims she is laser-focused now that she has stopped crying and explaining herself to the courts. The truth speaks for her, but what about Mendes? He has nothing to say, not even to Erica, but we have learned from a very trustworthy source that someone in his inner circle, someone who has known Yandy and Erica for years, is planning to speak for him. Who is this mysterious insider intending to come forward? Who is courageous or messy enough to break the silence? Someone who has been hiding the truth for too long has the potential to completely upend the situation and reveal their name to everyone. Hold on tight, for this next twist was unexpected. It wasn't a cousin, a hairdresser, or even a producer of Love and Hip Hop. Rather, it was Judy Harris, also known as Mama Judy Mendici, his own mother, who is reportedly getting ready to come forward and reveal her own son. A close family member said that Mama Judy is fed up with the manipulation, fed up with the secrets, and fed up with seeing two women fight over lies that could have been resolved months ago. According to the insider, she never trusted Yandy and always said that Erica wasn't lying. She simply didn't have the receipts, what Judy did. This is where things get interesting though, because everyone has been speculating about the second DNA test. Mandis was encouraged by Mama Judy to have it redone privately, not through Yandy, while they were negotiating a big production deal with Big T Plus for a new spin-off program. 98% paternal match. Judy was incensed. Judy is set to make sure everyone knows that he allegedly picked the contract above his own child. According to reports, she has been in contact with a number of venues, including 2 chaotic gossip blogs and a mid-tier podcast that focuses on revealing secrets about hip-hop and love. Let's break this down. One of those podcasters even hinted on their Instagram account, "Just got off the phone with someone's mama. Y'all better keep that same energy y'all have for Erica." It is alleged that Andy threatens Erica. You couldn't have written this better if Shonda Rhimes had a writing room in Atlanta, but wait, we're not even done yet when he collapses at a clinic. Physicians sound the alarm, men's ghosts. And then his mother appears with the DNA test verifying the kid is his. When it became known that Judy was getting ready to go public, Yandy's legal team reportedly went into full defensive mode and submitted many cease and desist letters to platforms in an effort to get Judy to do interviews. Naturally, this only made Judy more vocal, and she posted a mysterious message. Facebook comments went crazy when the post said, "You can't cease or desist the truth. I raised my son, but I ain't raising his lies." Mama Judy had time today, so she should listen to the Queen before she released the premeditated action, an emotional outburst, or something more sinister, an attempt to silence a lady who may destroy her entire life. I know this will cause a rift on the internet, so please share your thoughts in the comments section. Should VH1 cancel the show? Should Judy go live and reveal everything once and for all? Should Erica sue and prevail? And most importantly, do you think the baby was ever in actual danger? Let's start this discourse. For example, if you're still getting over the drama, watch this video and subscribe for more unfiltered updates before the blogs even catch up. This scandal deserves to be on each and every timeline. This goes beyond reality television. This has real-life repercussions and actual receipts being issued more quickly than until the next time anyone can spin them. Remain inquisitive, tidy, and prepared. Because if you believe this to be crazy, this story's second half is just